So we'll have to see who gets those extra touches tonight at the center circle. You see Sharon Goodman there for the Hawkeyes. The junior from Lime Springs, Iowa, is getting her 8th start. Now you got to make adjustments. You know how both teams are going to come out? Kate Martin forces the first turnover of the game, and that's something that head coach Marissa Mosley for the Badgers did not want to see. They had this evening going up against Williams.
Watch that double team continue to come from Iowa, just trying to make Williams uncomfortable.
Clark puts her first shot up, just off.
Iowa to establish that inside-outside game. If they can get the three-point shot going early, it's going to open things up offensively.
So a quick 6-0 lead by the Badgers. Davis gets Iowa on the board.
Tends to scramble and you catch them out of position, it leads to open opportunities. Davis is a player, if she can continue scoring and averaging double figures, Iowa becomes an incredibly dangerous offensive team.
Caitlin going to that step back. Williams hauls it down. Intercepted by Caitlin Clark. Clark known so much for what she can do on the offensive end, but Lisa Bluter telling us today she's sneaky good at defense.
She says she understands when she needs to turn it on and actually play some defense, and right there, that's just a pass that Caitlin Clark was able to read Ronnie Porter's eyes, get into the passing lane. You have to be more deliberate with the pass, and as the receiver, you have to step to it as well to not allow a player to shoot the gap like that.
So now Iowa sets itself up with another possession. Quick substitution here. Addison O'Grady in the game. Sharon Goodman goes to the bench. They go quickly to O'Grady. Passes out of it. Martin left all alone. Cashes in.
That nobody wants to play against, but everybody wants on their team. She does all of the little things. She's tough. She makes open shots, but she has had a drastic impact, not just from a scoring perspective, but from an all-around leadership perspective for this Iowa team.
They call her the glue for a reason. Caitlin Clark, yet to get on the board, threads the needle to O'Grady.
Iowa plays so fast. It's where they excel. Wisconsin has to not play too fast. They need to try to slow it down, play to their pace, work the ball inside.
Play your game is something that coaches always say, no matter who you're going up against. Clark bodying her way through, creates the contact. And a trip to the free throw line for Caitlin Clark.
When Iowa played Wisconsin the first round, Clark was only held to 28 points, which is actually 2 points below her average, believe it or not. But you see right there, that initial body, Clark has to be careful to make sure that does not get called an offensive foul initiating that kind of contact, but she stays strong with it and is able to go up and create the opportunity to get fouled again.
Caitlin Clark coming into this one, averaging 30.9 points per game. Had her 52nd double-double on Saturday against Indiana. A matchup that had so much anticipation. It was too ranked quickly the other way. Clark gets it right back to O'Grady. Tries to make a decision. And with those two free throws, Caitlin Clark is only 8 points away from that 4th on the all-time scoring list.
Staying patient, waiting for the double to come. Sarah Williams has done a nice job not getting rushed through her passing.
Said she watched so much film to figure out how much time she had to make a decision in that post.
She also loves watching Asia Wilson play.
Oh, behind the back, and Brady goes to that spin move. Brady keeps her hands up, and the Hawkeyes are on the run. I'm still not over that pass. I'll leave you with this magic.
Caitlin Clark doing Caitlin Clark things behind the back. Is there anything she can't do? I think the answer is no. Pretty good as well, by the way. You're shooting for that. So basically all that means is Caitlin Clark gets an A+ in efficiency.
Just for some perspective, some other great players, meantime, Fierbach going to the cup. She will go to the free throw line. Some other great players that also shoot 22 shots a game. LeBron James a year ago. Breanna Stewart, 17 shots a game. Kobe Bryant averaged 27 field goal attempts.
But this is where it comes to, you have to value every possession for Wisconsin. This is a tough team. on the road. You cannot let those mistakes happen that are controllable.
Affolter with the reverse, the go-to player. In transition, Clark finds Affolter, and another offensive foul. So the first one was on Feuerbach, this one is going to be on Affolter.
Transition defense with a point of emphasis with Wisconsin head coach Marissa Mosley. Copeland right there, it's the right call. She gets to the spot, Affolter drops that shoulder. And
the three, she gets it down to Schrammick. Blocked by O'Grady. Here comes Caitlin, she loves transition. Martin.
Look at the timing on this by Addie O'Grady. Wait till it comes out of the hands, boom. Perfect positioning as well to make that a tough look for Brooke Schrammick. Then a paint touch. She draws 2 red jerseys. It leaves Kate Martin all the time in the like Sarah Williams, who's such a dominant post player, especially with the back-to-the-back action that she brings to the table.
Clark does a couple free throws. That's it. A turnover by her. Here comes Jimenez. Downhill, bobbles it into the hands of Kate Martin. She's looking for somebody. Sloppy play on both sides last couple possessions.
Got a lot of turnovers right now. Both teams trying to play really fast, but you have to play fast and under control. And Kate Martin too with the one-handed pass. It's really tough to make
on Sarah Williams.
And on the flip side, it's important for Iowa to try to get Williams into foul trouble. Keeping her on the bench would be great for the Hawkeyes.
Clark sees just enough space.
Worried about getting into foul trouble with their bigs. Keep throwing it inside.
Clark, she gets him to go.
That's her spot. Yeah, can't even relax on an exchange or go under an exchange. Whatever it looks like, that's way too much space for Caitlin Clark.
Less than a minute here to go in the first quarter. 4-point basketball game. Hawkeyes have the advantage. You love these possessions where Caitlin can play off the ball. It works out. The second chance points. Davis in the first quarter puts her at 7 points. She just needs 1 triple to pass Brittany Griner. Look at the screen. Who says she can't play off the ball? Through the contact. To make history this season. She's already done it in multiple categories. All time in Iowa women's basketball scoring. Leads the Big Ten all time in assists.
And it's the consistency that's been so impressive.
Clark gets caught by the double team.
She's absolutely crushing it on the boards, and she's a pest defensively. What more could you want? It's a great story.
Clark wiggling her. Marissa Mosley, excuse me.
Marissa Coleman's a great basketball player.
I know, maybe I just have
player.
Maryland on my mind. My goodness,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Coach Mosley. We had such a great conversation.
So Iowa switching up defenses. They're going to that zone matchup look, trying to throw different looks at Wisconsin, but also worrying about that foul trouble that they're in with Sarah Williams being so dominant down low.
Caitlin Clark trying to take advantage of the mismatch with Porter on her. She posts up, draws the foul. That'll be the second foul on Ronnie Porter.
Caitlin Clark, 6 feet tall. Ronnie Porter, 5'4". It's a no-brainer to go down, try to get that mismatch, post up the smaller guard down low.
Going to the line to shoot 2, number 22.
Caitlin Clark, 82% from the free throw line. On the drive, picked up by Martin. She now leads the break. Caitlin Clark out of the game for the Hawkeyes. But so many players on this roster have shown their ability to be aggressive, the versatility. Under 10 on the shot clock. Someone's got to take it. O'Grady spins right into Edgar for the first time. Clark with the back door. And she is holding something.
The foul is on Wisconsin's number 10, Hallie Douglas.
Gets up after that contact, holds her arm as she walks to the free throw line.
You see Jimenez gets caught ball watching. She just goes down hard, shaking it off. Looks like she hit that elbow when she fell down to the ground. That's what she's shaking out and grabbing at.
And if Clark knocks this down, she has officially surpassed Brittany Griner, 4th all-time in NCAA scoring. Caitlin Clark, add another accomplishment to her total.
They're gonna have to build like a
Now, 4th all-time. You see those names to be even among that list.
Jackie Stiles was like my favorite player growing up as a kid. Loved watching her play for the Portland Fire as well.
Affolter is good.
Good ball movement by Iowa, and excellent spacing as well. So Wisconsin has a lot of ground to cover. It gives Affolter enough time to get the feet set, shoulders squared, and let it fly.
That was the 11th turnover by the Badgers. Logo, yes! She pulled up from the feather.
The beat, the feather, no part of this logo in the middle is safe. Caitlin Clark making it look easy. A 40-footer, why not? Get the crowd going. Just another day at the office.
In my head right now.
I love the word you just used, casual,
Look
because
at
it was like, it's like, hey, I'm just hanging. I'm gonna come into the gym, maybe get a shot off. It's like a 40-footer. And she makes it look so easy. And that's the thing. You have to start guarding Caitlin Clark the moment she steps in the gym. If you can pick her up in the parking lot, that's probably the best place to try to slow her down. Nonetheless, the beak, the feather, that Iowa logo has Caitlin Clark all over it when it comes
on a mid-range jumper. And here are the Hawkeyes continuing to be in that zone. Deflected by Affolter. She dives on the floor. Dog. That is what Lisa Bluter calls number 3 out there.
Sydney Affolter does everything. She dives on the floor for a loose ball. That's not a stat, but it should be. And Sydney Affolter might lead the Big Ten in it because she's not worried about sacrificing her body. She'll make those hustle plays. Coaches absolutely love these. She even got hit in the head.
Deflects the ball and then draws the foul. Kate Martin bumped by Brooke Schrammick.
Right there, you see the body of Schrammick running into Kate Martin. And just extending that arm a little bit, forcing Martin to fall right in front of the officials. What's going to get the foul called. It's a big defensive possession for Wisconsin. Right now, they're still not out of reach of this game, but they have to get a stop and keep Iowa to 1 and done.
12-point difference. Martin goes to the rim, creates the contact, fouls on Natalie Leitzinger.
Part of what makes Iowa so dangerous is the fact that so many different players can get to the rim, and Kate Martin has been so aggressive when it comes to scoring in this game. Whether that be getting things going from 3, she's already knocked down 2, or she's going to the basket at 6 feet tall. She's strong, she can go up against smaller guards, and she can finish.
Iowa's Twitter account posted an amazing feature on Kate Martin this week. We knew that she grew up loving Iowa and that she's known as the glue around here. What I did not know, and what Caitlin Clark aired out, is that she sleeps with a blankie.
Oh. That's interesting.
And
you
so
know what? I
juxtaposition
respect
to
that.
the time, the Badgers. Another turnover, Molly Davis on a runway there, lands the plane perfectly.
All systems a check for Molly Davis. It starts with a Sydney Affolter play, then going right down. And Hallie Douglas puts her hand on Molly Davis's hip, and that's what leads to the foul getting called, but a great heads-up play. Iowa right now is taking really good defense, turning it into transition offense. but it's all starting on the other end.
Davis converts on the three for Molly and that performance that she had. Another turnover by the Badgers. This time, Gabby Marshall picks it up.
And Iowa back in a zone. It's a tough look because Wisconsin can't tell right now if it's man or zone, but they're doing a great job of being active with their hands.
She's eyeing it.
Teams in the Big Ten excel in rebounding. Right now, you got to credit the way Wisconsin's been able to hold Iowa.
Here for the Badgers. 34-21. Less than 4 to go in the second.
It's all going to start on defense. If Wisconsin wants to get back to this game, they have to get stops.
Feuerbach had time. Knocks it down. Time. But you thought it would be the way they would go defensively, and here they are on the other end.
Well, offensively, you always know it's going to go the way of Iowa, trying to shoot as many threes as possible. What people don't realize about the Hawkeyes is every single player is a three-point threat. Sydney Affolter, Kylie Feuerbach, Kate Martin, Gabby Marshall, you name them. Anyone with a jersey on is going to be able to at least shoot it when they have space from three.
Caitlin Clark's ability to know where the defender is on her. She was under the basket and created the contact. Look at this.
And Caitlin Clark, the game is so slow for her. She plays fast. So she waits until the perfect time to get that shot off, to draw the foul. When she's going to bait the defender, and right there, she does a great job of waiting till Leitzinger's arms came down just enough so she would be able to get the foul called.
That was Leitzinger's third foul.
At this point, Clark has lived it for one.
One and done for the Badgers. Quickly the other way. A couple extra steps.
Did a pretty good job there. Coach, assistant coach, associate head coach. Would we wear sweats on the sideline or will we dress up is the question.
Sweats, easily.
I like the dressing up though. Whoa.
Nice dish to AJ Editor. Caitlin Clark sets her up for an opportunity at the line.
We talked to Hannah Stolke today about playing with Caitlin Clark, and she says, sometimes Caitlin just passes me the ball and I didn't even know I was open, but I gotta be ready at all times. And that's how everyone feels when they play with Caitlin Clark, because she's like, hey, you're gonna be open in like 0.2 seconds, so be ready. Even though you don't see it right now, I do.
You have to know that she can get the ball to you at all times.
It's like she has a crystal ball, can see the future on the floor. You're able to guard space, but when you move it fast, you get open shot opportunities. Yeah, what you said.
That was a good rim run.
Great rim run.
Again? Editor gets it right back to Clark. This time wheeling and dealing in the paint. Mar, think that you're good defensively. You've rotated, you've helped, but there's so many shooters out there. Interception by Caitlin. She go to Martin. Feuerbach has an opportunity. Another. Clark. Too much space.
You cannot put your hands down. Caitlin Clark continuing to be effective, whether it's getting the ball deep into the paint or she just keeps it for herself and shoots it. Back in Iowa City, and how about the Hawkeyes? Known for their offense normally, but tonight, known for their defense. 7 steals in this game. Everybody in a black jersey is doing a great job of being aware where the ball is, getting into the gaps, communicating at a high level. They are absolutely everywhere on the floor right now, and they are wreaking havoc. Distantly hitting that short corner, Jay. Oof, she's gonna be tough to guard.
Shot clock winding down. It's in the hands of Clark. Rejects the screen. Martin. Right after this, we will send you to the Xfinity 10G Network halftime report. 19 points at the half for Caitlin Clark, 4th on the all-time scoring list.
Welcome in, everybody. The Caitlin Clark Show continues behind the back to Addison O'Grady. And then from the logo, we've seen that a time or two. Caitlin Clark coming into this game having recorded a triple-double in 3 of her last game. You hit a 3, you hit another 3. All of a sudden, everybody is
feeling it. That energy is electric. I mean, you can't help the logo shots. They can only try and pick Caitlin up a little bit higher up the floor, but everyone is clicking. They are driving. They're attacking the rim. They're getting offensive rebound. Carolyn, the best time to shoot a 3 is after an offensive rebound. Everyone's in a scramble. I mean, it's contested, but when you're feeling it...
Stuffer. I said that slowly because that makes you tongue-tied, but Caitlin Clark has made Wisconsin all sorts of tied in this game. She's assisting at a high level. She's scoring at a high level. She even has 2 steals in this game, doing a little bit of everything, but I love how she's mixed up her scoring, whether that be in a high percentage area or, you know, from Wisconsin practically, where that shot was taken from. But ultimately, she's playing a complete game. Defensively, I was wondering, actually, so thank you for clarifying. But yes, that's what makes her so special, is the fact that this is just all in a first half of work, 20 minutes down. And you have right now this Iowa team playing so loose. They're laughing, they're smiling, they're having a good time. Basketball's fun. It's not brain surgery, it's not rocket science. You just have to. She moves to try to set the flare screen.
First Iowa possession, Kate Martin off the window there.
Kate Martin is so strong, takes it right into Schramek, squares up. Beautiful job of absorbing the contact, but still maintaining her space and balance to get the shot off.
So the foul was called on Sarah Williams. Just her second. Coach Mosley talking about how important it is to make sure that Sarah Williams can stay on the floor. Martin going right back to that right shot this season.
I'll say it again. 10th in the Big Ten in rebounds per game with 7. She's listed at 5'4" on the roster.
Coach says her size does not match her personality or her impact. Davis gets a look from the outside.
And understanding what your strengths and weaknesses are, knowing that Iowa likes to run, so transition defense has to be a key, but you can't try to play to that. That's the next step in Williams' game, the ability to step out and knock down those jumpers consistently, because it's going to pull the defense away from the floor and allow her more opportunity to get to the rim. Can't get caught on a screen with Clark curling off of it. She's going to make that 9 times out of 10. That's an in-rhythm shot. And I think the bench might love it more than anybody. Although they're so used to seeing it, that was a very casual, like, stand-up, kind of like, we've seen this before. Ronnie Porter getting herself to the basket, staying available from 3.
Step back, drains it. Those Clark threes will just quiet your run.
I mean, they really will. Yeah, you're right, that was way closer. That was like a layup, more so. Behind the back, step back. Her ability to generate enough space is what makes her so special on those shots.
5 for 10 from the outside tonight.
Positionally, and then taking off when Marshall was at a disadvantage because Williams is re-screening.
14-point game. Williams got a piece of it.
Goodness, Williams.
And Davis, from that very spot, the rattle does not work in her favor that time. Clark on the run. Well, no one's there. That's a layup.
Ronnie Porter led Douglas to the basket perfectly. Ball movement, unselfish play, and wide open threes for Caitlin Clark. She could have binge-watched a show on Peacock all the time she had.
Learn her new body now, right after coming back from an injury that she just sustained last season. Just got back in the lineup in December. And Clark on the move. Less than 10 in the shot clock. Foul.
She's constantly all over the place. And same thing with Clark. She's constantly moving off the ball, on the ball. It's hard to guard.
On that possession alone, right? For 7 threes? possession kept alive by Affolter. And another foul for the Badgers.
And Porter just came over and slapped the ball down right in front of the official.
So now Wisconsin is in the bonus. Iowa will shoot free throws from here on out in this third quarter.
This is where Wisconsin has to lock in and try to keep the Hawkeyes to one-and-done situations. This game is still not out of reach by any means. But the Badgers have to commit to keeping Iowa to one-and-done. They also have to keep getting paint touches, get to the basket. Sarah Williams is about to check in for Wisconsin. She has to get a touch on every single possession moving forward.
Caitlin Clark, 6 for 12 from the outside in this basketball game so far. She likes the logo. She likes the beak of the bird. She does casual threes. Threes coming off the ball. Got to guard her off the bus. Now 4th all time in the NCAA record books, the step back. How do you like it? Caitlin Clark showing the versatility, and then she just can't be that open. 28, whether it's box and ones or double teams, but she's playing against the expectations that she has for herself, the competitive nature within her.
What's impressive is her ability to get open at any time. You have to be able to create your own shot to play at the next level. And Caitlin Clark, it doesn't matter how many people you throw at her, she has the ability to create enough room to get her shot off. It's what makes her so special as a scorer. And she's doing an excellent job creating second chance opportunities by using her length and timing.
Ediger gets it down to Caitlin.
Size and physicality down low.
Sarah Williams has 11 rebounds so far tonight. Her career high is 15. Still a quarter and a half to go.
So you're saying there's a chance. See, a shot like that's a good shot for Copeland. Her feet are set, she's balanced, just doesn't fall.
Quickly the other way, restricted at the rim by Williams. Her 3rd block.
Sarah Williams times that so perfectly. Waits to the ball, leaves the hand, boom. Block Hardy. And she stays vertical, doesn't foul.
Clark on the curl. Caitlin Clark is headed to the bench. She has another 30-piece, if you're wondering. 47th of her career.
That's what she has.
Sometimes I don't know if it's the youth. I don't know if it's nerve, if sometimes, you get in a panic. Experience helps so much when it comes to college basketball. Saying you've been there before. Kate Martin.
On the road, you have a sold-out crowd. You're playing against the second-best team in the country. Now these freshmen and sophomores have this experience they're going to be able to build off on as they continue in Big Ten play.
Well, then the next time they're in this environment, it'll be normal. Whether we got better. Clark running to the basketball. Through all. Here they come again. This time off to Marshall. Yes! And the crowd.
When Iowa gets going in transition, the roof on Carver-Hawkeye practically explodes off. Caitlin Clark staying active, and that just turns into 2 easy points the other way, threading the needle to perfection.
Everywhere that the Hawkeyes go is either sold out or record attendance. Of course, every single game here at Carver-Hawkeye Arena is sold out. Another dime for 22. Shot clock is off here in the 3rd quarter. Clark has under 10 to make something shake. Finds Martin. It's bottled and 100%
an example of the hockey assist. I mean, Kate Martin, that practically hit her head, but nonetheless, it works. Iowa rolling into the fourth quarter. And you got to watch Grace Grholski for the Gophers. You got to see how Indiana's going to respond coming off a loss to Iowa. That's must-see TV tomorrow. Once again, Peacock, set your alarms. Get ready to watch some great hoops.
Well, there's been so much parity in this league. I mean, the Hawkeyes are the only undefeated team in the Big Ten at 6-0 right now. Somehow Clark popping so great.
Caitlin Clark has the vision, but just takes the path of least resistance. Baits multiple people, 1, 2 go with her. And O'Grady does the right thing by rolling to the basket. And there's a lot of contact from O'Grady on that play. Yes, the
Naperville, Illinois.
She's done a great job for this Wisconsin program, doing all the little things that Marissa Mosley needs in a leader.
Brady, Martin, Affolter, and Marshall in the game for Iowa. Martin off.
Iowa's done a great job off the double team of Sarah Williams, having that opposite person shoot the gap because they know Williams wants to throw opposite of her. And that
Has to
helps.
pull.
Well, that's successful defensive possession for Iowa because they forced Leitsinger to take a 30-footer practically.
Well, and this crowd goes crazy. Here comes Caitlin, her favorite part of the game. Hawkeyes. Nice patience by Sharon Griffin. Right back at you. I love the story, too, of resiliency and getting a scholarship and now playing impactful minutes and an impactful role on this Wisconsin team. On Sunday, Ohio State's lone loss is against Michigan.
Listen, Ohio State is a team that's so dangerous. I predicted Ohio State to win the Big Ten to start out the year. They haven't necessarily played up to the hype quite yet, but they still have some pieces they're trying to get together, playing at a high level. But anytime you're going to Columbus, it's a tough environment to play in.
Sharon Goodman, solid defense. Caitlin surveying. She's got Leitsinger on her, a little hesitation. She loves that shot. Leitsinger likes to go to that baseline drive into the reverse. She's knocked it down earlier. Cross-court pass. McCabe tees it up. And that foul is on Douglas. So it'll be Iowa basketball. 5:01 to go here in the game. Caitlin Clark heads to the bench. If we don't see her again, 32 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 steals for number 22.
She did a really good job anticipating defensively, getting into passing lanes, making things difficult.
Ollie Davis running the break here. Feuerbach setting up. McCabe already has one.
I'd like to know how many people actually got their hands on some, and also let us know how it tastes, guys. We'd love to hear the deets on the Crunch Time cereal, and hopefully Hy-Vee comes out with some more.
Well, you love to hear that it's going to a good cause, too. The mission of the Caitlin Clark Foundation.
And bigger than basketball.
And we've talked about this just in us chatting, like all that she has to navigate, and she does it this sport. I'm going to be my best at it.
She's 21 years old, folks. And she's had a
best start in the Lisa Bluter era. Remember, Lisa Bluter, the head coach of the Hawkeyes, is in her 24th season.
So long time at the helm of Iowa, but nonetheless.
Well, it just says something about.
They came into this year, they've been able to find balance. Iowa's playing its best basketball right now. They have multiple players that can score in double figures. Molly Davis has stepped up. Kate Martin has stepped up. Hannah Stolke, who did not play tonight, on the bench with the tweak. They're expecting her to still play moving forward. Some others. the consistency has been truly unbelievable. I've been wildly impressed by this Iowa team.
Well, something the Iowa coaches have talked to us about that they really like right now is the defensive effort from the group.
Games of holding opponents to under their averages, under 60 points a game, whatever it might be. They're scoring at a high level right now as well as A.J. Edinger gets the bucket to go. You got to make the most of your minutes when you're able to come in and get them, and you see Edinger right there doing a great job staying aggressive.
Let's go back to this Hawkeye defense, right?
Yeah, let's do it.
Step back. And these reserves are playing hard. 60.
What are their tendencies? Sometimes what are their stats? What sets are they running? Out of bounds plays. And so you have to be so locked in every single time you get a scouting report. You have to understand tendencies. You have to understand so many different things. Oh, and by the way, you're going to school. That helps tremendously. And the best teams defensively are the ones that can understand scout-specific adjustments. And the scout-specific adjustment in this game for Iowa, they played zone sometimes because of Sarah Williams. And they also would double her at times because she's so effective in the post. And then you had that adjustment made by Iowa where the weak side defender was sliding over.
And one of the things that these coaches really like are nights when everyone gets in the basketball game. Iowa clearing its bench. The only person that hasn't gotten in is Hannah Stolke, and we talked about that at the beginning of the game. Second leading scorer on this team, Hannah Stolke. Did not warm up. Tweaked something in her leg.
Poetry.
Enjoys poetry. And today is also another big day. Before this game ends, we have a shout out to do, okay?
Let's hear it.
Miss Shirley, we are told this is Lisa Bluter's mother, who is turning. We are so glad that you're watching. Happy, happy birthday, and I hope that you're enjoying your Christmas present of a Peacock subscription. Johnson on the break. These are on the floor. Wisconsin still has some time. Shot clock is off. So Kylie Feuerbach will dribble this one out. Three different Hawkeyes, in double figures. Kate Martin, Sydney Affolter, and then Caitlin Clark leading all scorers with 32 points.
Just another day at the office.
Another
for the
dub
Iowa
for the Hawkeyes. 18-1 on the season, 7-0 in conference play, and they end this homestand, continuing 15-game win streak. Next opponent is a tough one, the 18th ranked Ohio State Buckeyes. We will continue our coverage by heading to our studio crew that's in Stamford, Connecticut. I'm Zora Stevenson alongside Megan McEwen. We appreciate you